We were good.
Okay. So let's set up comfortable seat on the floor. I have a bolster here. So sitting up, if this is uncomfortable and you feel yourself rounding through the lower back, you can always sit on a pillow or a bolster or blanket, whatever you have handy, making the spine nice and long. Just checking in with the shoulders, let the shoulders soften. We're going to check in with the breath. Allow yourself to fully arrive here. Feel the ground beneath your feet, your sit bones, stacking the shoulders above the hips. We're going to take 5 nice long deep inhales. Imagine inhaling from the very base of the spine to the crown of the head. Exhaling from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Inhaling deeply. Exhale. Inhale, base of the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, crown of the head to the base of the spine. Inhale, base of the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, crown of the head to the very, very base of the spine. And then gently inhaling, reach both arms out and up. Fingertips touch. Shoulders soft. On the exhale, taking a twist over to the right. Right hand behind the spine, helping you stay nice and long. Left hand on the outer side of that right leg. And as you inhale here, try to find space and expansion in the ribs all the way up to the chest. Exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. You're twisting from the rib cage up. Maybe guiding the gaze over behind you, past the shoulder, getting deeper. And if you'd like to go a little deeper, you can drop the right ear towards the right shoulder here. One more full round of breath, inhaling deeply. Exhale. And then inhale, coming back to center, reach both arms out and up. Exhale, twisting over to the left side. Left hand is behind you, helping you really lengthen to the spine. That right arm across to the outer side of that left leg. If you'd like to go deeper, the gaze is going past the shoulder towards the wall behind you. You can also drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep that right shoulder soft. Walk 2 more full breaths here. Inhale, fully expand. Maria, if you can mute everyone. Exhale. Inhale. Thank you. Exhale. And then slowly inhale, come back to center, nice and long. And then slowly on the exhale, really lengthen forward. Your sit bones are pressing into the earth, hands forward. Feel the spine lengthening. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. 2 more. See if you can, on the inhale, lift the wrists off the floor, walk the fingertips forward a little bit more. You're gonna get deeper into lengthening to the lower back. The heart is moving forward, so we're not rounding through the upper back. Gaze is just between the feet and the hands. 1 more breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, maybe you walk the hands forward a teeny tiny bit more. Feel that stretch from the hips to the armpits all the way to the pinky fingers. Inhale, nice and long. On the exhale this time, we're going to walk the hands over to the right side. Chest turns to the inner side of that thigh. Breathe here. Both sit bones are grounding evenly, so the left hip is not lifting up. Maybe if you have room, left hand comes on top of that right. 1 more full round of breath here. See if you can find a little bit more length. Exhale, maybe release a little bit more. And then gently coming back to center. Inhale, lengthen here. On the exhale, walking it over to the left, the torso turns onto the inner side of that left side. My right sit bone is still pressing down. Breathe. Inhale, maybe you walk the fingertips a little bit more. Exhale, release. If you have the room, the right hand comes on top of the left. There's a deep stretch from the hip through the rib cage, armpit, all the way to the tip of the finger. And then on your next available inhale, slowly coming back to center. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, gently lifting up. Reach the arms all the way up. Palms together on the exhale, side out to the mat. Let it all go. We're going to switch the cross of the legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold one more time. 3 full breaths. See where you can lengthen more. And as we stay here in the breath, sit bones are pressing into the earth, crown the head moving away from the tailbone, heart forward. As you exhale, you're releasing from the hips all the way up. And maybe bring your awareness to the back of your torso. See where you can inhale and create more space. Exhale. And then very, very slowly start inhaling, lifting up one more time. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. And we're going to do 6 rounds of what we call alternate nose breathing. So using the right hand, we're going to use the pointer finger and the middle finger. You can place them between the eyebrows or close your fingers down. We're going to be using the right thumb and the right ring finger to close. Right thumb closes the right nostril, right ring finger closes the left nostril. So sitting up nice and tall, take a full deep inhale, fill up completely. And then on the exhale, exhaling, we're keeping the lips gently closed, breathing through the nostrils only, and then closing the right nostril. Inhale deeply through the left. Right ring finger closes the left nostril, pause. Exhaling, right. Inhaling, right. Close and hold. Exhaling, left. Inhaling, left. Close and hold. Exhaling, right. Inhaling, right. Close and hold. Exhaling, left. Inhaling, left. Close and hold. Exhaling, right. Inhaling, right. Close and hold. Exhaling, left. Inhaling, left. Close and hold. Exhaling, right. Inhaling, right. Close and hold. Exhaling, left. Taking one more full round at your own pace. Making sure to finish off with the exhale through the left nostril. No rush getting there. And once you get through that whole round, just let the hands both release onto the knees, taking a full deep inhale from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Exhaling deeply from the crown of the head to the very, very base of the spine. We're going to make our way onto all fours. So you want your fingers spread wide. Knees are hip-width distance apart and stacked underneath the knees. Wrist, elbow, shoulders are stacked. On the inhale, we're going to move the heart forward and up. The navel drops down, the tailbone lifts up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, you can curl the toes under. You're pressing strongly through the hands, chin towards the chest, and the space between my shoulders is pressing all the way up towards the ceiling. We're going to move 4 times just like that. Inhale if you're Toes are curled under, release, lift up to the heart, tailbone lifts, navel drops. Exhale, round, moving through our cat-cows. You have 2 more to go at your own pace. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, maybe keep the eyes closed. Just really feel the movement in the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming back to center, neutral spine. We're gonna lift up on the next available inhale. Lift up through the right arm. And then on the exhale, you're gonna tread it through, thread the needle. We're gonna drop the right shoulder all the way down, then drop the right ear. The gaze is towards the right hand, palm facing up. Maybe you walk your left hand forward and energetically guide the left hip back. So your left sit bone is pressing back, creating more length. Inhale deeply here. Exhale deeply. If you have a half bind in your practice or you want to try, you're going to reach the left hand up towards the ceiling, then bring it across the lower back towards the right hip. That right shoulder is lifting up. Left shoulder is lifting up in space by pressing strongly through the right arm, and the breath is still flowing. One more deep, deep inhale here. Deep, deep exhale. You're getting a nice deep stretch to the back of the right shoulder. And then on the next exhale, gently release the left hand underneath that left shoulder. Inhale, peel the right arm open one more time. Reach for the sky. Exhale, drop the right hand down. Moving on to the opposite side. Inhale, lift up through the left arm. Exhale, tread it through. Shoulder down to the floor, ear down to the floor, palm is facing up. Slowly, maybe you choose to walk the right hand forward. Really lengthen. Guide that right sit bone down so you have this deep stretch coming from the right pinky toe to the hip, right pinky finger to the hip. One more breath here. If you took that half bind on the other side, right arm reaches up, then turn the palm and across to the left hip. Breathe. There's a deep stretch coming in through the back of the left shoulder. One more. And then gently inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, peel the left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, come back up into your cow pose, heart forward, tailbone up. Exhale, round into your cat. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, round, and this time we're gonna press back, big toes touch, knees wide open, coming into child's pose. Walk your hands forward a lot, let the forehead drop onto the floor. See if you can lift up through the wrists and walk your hands forward even more, creating a nice long traction to the spine, so the spine is really lengthening. 1 more full round of breath here. Please remember that child's pose is available to you at any time in class. And then we're gonna slowly slide the hand a little closer. Inhale, come back up onto the all fours, curl the toes under, and we're coming into our first downward facing dog. We're gonna keep the knees super, super bent, so your ribs meet the upper legs. Spread the fingers wide, try to press through the tip of the fingers so we're not applying too much pressure in the wrist. Guide your sit bones away, tailbone away from the crown of the head. Keep the knees bent as much as you can. And you're still breathing, inhaling deeply. Exhale deeply. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, really rounding through the spine, we're going to unfold into our plank. You might have to adjust your feet a little. And then slowly on the exhale, drop the knees, release the top of the feet. And as you continue to exhale, elbows pressing towards the ribs, we're going to drop the chin, the chest. And then inhale, lifting up into our baby cobra. Really press through the feet, kneecaps come off the floor. Maybe let the hands be light or off the floor completely here, and see how much you can lift up, guiding the chest forward. There's length to the spine. We're not compressing in the lower back. 1 more breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, hands release onto the floor, curl the toes under, press back into your downward facing dog. We're gonna find 5 nice long deep breaths here, pedaling one knee at a time, softening through the knees, inhaling deeply, exhaling deeply. Just moving slow here. Feel the back of the legs, feel the length in the back. Inhale, coming onto the ball of the feet. Soften the knees a lot. Gaze comes forward towards the hands and slowly walk your feet towards the hands. Come into our first forward fold. Keep the knees as bent as you need to allow the ribs to meet the upper thighs. Maybe let the hands, palms facing up, release, and just let the head be heavy, long, heavy here. Or you might want to grab opposite elbows. One more full round of breath. Then gently release the hands. Inhale, coming to a neutral spine, so hands might be on the floor or on the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, keeping the knees gently bent as we lift up nice and long. Exhale, hands to the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the floor to prepare. We're gonna step back 1 foot at a time. Find your plank here. We're gonna hold 1 full round of breath. Really engage, press the heels away, crown the head forward. On the exhale, you have the option to drop the knees and then lower down for modified chaturanga, or coming into your full chaturanga. Keep the elbows at a 90-degree angle. You stop here so we don't go into the shoulders. Point the legs, inhale, lift up. Baby cobra, maybe full cobra, or maybe upward facing dog, even if that's within your practice. On the exhale, curl the toes under, press it back, find your downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Keeping the knees gently bent. See how much space you can find in the spine. We're gonna take a deep inhale, lift up onto the ball of the feet. Keep the hips back. On the exhale, press the sit bones back and then release the heels. 3 more like that. Inhale, lift up onto the ball of the feet. Press your sit bones back as far as you can go and then release the heels. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit bones back. Then release the heels. 1 more. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, sit bones back, then heels release down. Inhale, come onto the ball of the feet. Softly walking your feet towards your hands. Come into your forward fold. Keep the knees gently bent. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees lifted all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We'll do 1 more sun salutation A. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, knees gently bent, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back. If you have a hop, feel free to take it, making sure you come into bent elbows. And then lowering down, either knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Inhale into your baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale. We'll meet up in our downward dog. Take your 5 long, deep breaths here. Gaze is just past the feet. Keep creating space between the ears and the shoulders. 1 more. Inhale, lifting up onto the ball of the feet. Soften the knees, hop or walk your way forward into your forward fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees as you lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach both arms out and up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back into our downward dog this time. Breathe here. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more full round of breath. On the next inhale, we're gonna lift the right leg nice and long, super high, three-legged down dog. You're turning your pinky toe towards the floor. Try to drop that left heel a little bit deeper, press strong through both arms. And then slowly on the exhale, we're gonna bring that right foot to replace that right hand. Drop the left knee. Inhale, reach both arms out and up. We're keeping the hips squared here, so the left hip is pressing forward, right hip is pressing back. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. The arms can be straight, bent at the elbows. You feel like you're shrugging the shoulders into your ears, or maybe palms together, pressing. One more breath. Exhale, we're gonna reach forward, keep reaching, lengthening from the hips, nice and long. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, right arm up, coming into a twist, reaching nice and long. You're inhaling deeply. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. On the exhale, right hand releases down. Inhale, lift up to the heart. On the exhale, we're gonna lengthen through this right leg into runner's lunge. So keeping the hips squared. If you feel like you need something underneath, you can grab pillows or books or yoga blocks that you have. We're really squaring the hips here. You're breathing into the back of that right leg. One more full round of breath. And then gently inhale, bend through that knee. Lift up, curl the back toe under. On the exhale, we're gonna step it forward, forward fold, finding 5 nice long deep breaths. And you can hold, you can have the hands on the floor, you can wrap the hands behind your knees, hold on to opposite elbows, maybe take yogi toe lock, which is wrapping the pointer finger, middle finger around the big toes and elbows come out. You're inhaling deeply from the heels to the hips. And as you exhale, you release from the hips to the crown of the head. Wherever you are, one more full round of breath. And then gently release whatever you're holding on to. Inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees as you lift up. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. We're gonna step back straight into our downward facing dog. Find your 5 nice long deep breaths. Really keep lengthening to the spine. Inhale. Remember, child's pose is always an option if that's what you need. On your next available inhale, we're gonna lift the left leg nice and long behind us, press to the heel and the ball of the foot. Turn that pinky toe towards the floor, and then bring your awareness to right heel. See if you can drop it down a little lower. Press strongly through both arms. One more breath. On the exhale, we're gonna move that left foot forward to replace that left hand. You might need to help yourself a little bit with the left hand, and then drop the right knee. Inhale, reach both arms out and up. Again, the arms can be in cactus, or reaching up, or palms together. Keep guiding that right hip forward, left hip back, so there's this squareness in the hips. Breathe. Press to the back foot, so right toes are pressing into the earth. And then on the exhale, we're gonna reach forward as long as you can. Keep lengthening, 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 and then release the hands. Inhale, left arm reaches up into your twist. Breathe here, inhale deeply. Exhale, see if you can create a little bit more length to the left fingertips, reaching up. And then slowly on the exhale, left hand releases down. Inhale, lift up to the heart. Exhale, guide your hips back, sit bones back to create that length in the left leg. Square the hips here, right hip forward, left hip back, toes up towards the ceiling as much as you can. If you need props to lift you up underneath the hands, take it. 3 full breaths. Imagine breathing from the heel to the hip, left heel to the left hip. As you exhale, you're releasing from the hip to the crown of the head. Inhaling here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, soften the knee. Lift up to the heart. Exhale, curl the right toes under. We're going to step forward, forward fold. 5 deep breaths, taking whatever fold feels good for you. So maybe it's grabbing opposite elbows, maybe hands on the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to allow yourself that space to fold from the hips down. Maybe arms behind, maybe yogi toe up. If yogi toe up was easy, we can come into gorilla. So you step your hands underneath your feet, try to bring your toes all the way up to your wrists. And then there's this engagement, like you're trying to slide your feet back and your hands forward. And you're shifting the weight into the ball of the feet, and we're still finding those deep, nice, long breaths. One more. And then gently release whatever you're holding on to. Inhale to your neutral spine. Exhale, side out to the mat, let it all go. Inhale deeply, softly, lift it up. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We're going to come into awkward chair, so I'm just going to turn towards you. Big toes touch. If that's not available, you can keep the feet wide. I want you to imagine having a pillow or a blanket or something that you're squeezing into the inner thighs. Arms reach up, and you can reach further up. Imagine pressing into something between the hands. We're going to start lowering down as if you were trying to sit in an imaginary chair. Engage the navel so you avoid this. You want your tailbone to drop down towards your heels. You want to make sure that your knees are not going past your toes. Deep breaths. Inhale, nice and long, lengthening from the hips to the crown of the head. As you exhale, maybe you lower down a little bit more. One more. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale, reach up nice and long. Step the feet hip width distance apart. Open up to the heart. Exhale, hands to the heart, and we're going to fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the floor to prepare. Option for Vinyasa, or go straight into downward dog or child's pose. So if you're going through Vinyasa, come into your plank. If you want to work your core a little bit more, feel free to hang out here for a couple of breaths. And then as you lower down, either knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. And we'll all meet in down dog. 5 deep breaths. If you're in child's pose and you need to stay there a little longer, allow yourself to do so. Deep, deep inhale. Deep, deep exhale. Inhale, right foot lifts. Press nice and long through that leg. Option to stay here. If you need to modify, the left knee can go on the floor, or we're going to open up here. So the right knee is lifting up towards the ceiling. The heel is dropping towards that left hip. Your gaze is towards that left foot. Press strongly, especially through the left arm so you don't sit into it. Sink into the left shoulder. See if you can drop that left heel a little lower. On the exhale, option, I'm going to give different options. Option to bring the left knee down to the floor, or from here, bring the right knee towards the nose. Squeeze. Inhale, right leg back. Nice and long. Exhale. Right foot replaces that right hand. Option to drop the left knee down to the floor, or stay in here, high lunge. Reach the arms up. There's length in my back leg. We're still squaring to the hips. Arms can be wherever you need them. Inhale deeply. Exhale. One more full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to take a twist here, so I'm going to give different options. Left hand can come down to the floor underneath the left shoulder and right arm up, or left hand reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Keep working that back leg as much as you can, hips squared or hands at the heart, and left elbow towards the right thigh, and we're twisting here. Bring the palms as close to the center of the chest. One more full round of breath. You got this. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to the center. Reaching up nice and long. And then on the exhale, start reaching forward. Shift the weight into that right foot. Step that left foot forward. Forward fold. 5 deep breaths, taking whatever fold feels good for you. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Slowing down the breath, slowing down the heart rate. On your next inhale, come into your neutral spine. Exhale, fold side out to the mat, let it all go. On the inhale, softly lift it up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We're gonna come back to that awkward chair. So feet are wide or big toes touch. You should be feeling nice and warm by now. Heat is building up. Shifting your sit bones back, engage through the navel, lengthen to the spine. On the inhale, you're really lengthening from the hips up. On the exhale, maybe sinking deeper. Make sure you can see your toes. We're gonna hold here. You have the option to stay here for 5 breaths, or on the exhale, hands to the heart, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist to one side. Be mindful not to keep the knees parallel. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. You also have the option to twist here. So taking whatever honors you right now in this space. Making sure to finish off evenly on both sides, and then on, whenever you're ready, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, hands to the heart. I'm going to turn back to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. On the exhale, option to stop, flow through your vinyasa, go into downward dog or go into child's pose. If you choose to hop into your vinyasa, into chaturanga, please make sure to hop into bent elbows. Otherwise, you're just causing too much on the, throwing too much on the shoulders, which we do not want to do. And eventually meeting in down dog. You have 5 breaths here. So if you're in child's pose and you need to stay, stay. Two more deep, deep breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. If you need to modify, the right knee is going to go to the floor. Otherwise, from down dog, inhale, lift that left leg up. Nice and long. Breathe here. On the exhale, we're going to bend the knee. Drop that left heel towards that right hip. Check in with your shoulders. You want that left shoulder still squaring down and back. One more breath. Maybe drop that right heel a little deeper. And then inhale, squaring the shoulders. Left knee towards the nose. Shift those shoulders forward. You have the option to keep that right knee on the floor. Inhale, lift up, nice and long. Back. On the exhale, left foot replaces that left hand. And we're gonna come into high lunge. You have the option to keep the left knee, right knee down in low lunge. Reach the arms. Square the hips first, right hip pressing forward, left hip pressing back. Try to press evenly with that left foot. And then try to lengthen as much as you can through the right leg. We have 2 more breaths here. And then we're gonna come into that twist. So you have the option to drop the right hand down, left arm up, right hand forward, left hand back, or hands at the heart. And then the right elbow comes towards the outer side of that left thigh. Breathing here, keep lengthening, pressing that right heel back. One more breath. Inhale, coming back to center, lift it up. On the exhale, we're gonna start lengthening forward. If the right knee is on the floor, lift up so we can make our way to our forward fold. So stepping that back foot forward. Fold here. 5 deep breaths. You have the option for grabbing elbows, hands on the floor, yogi toe lock, gorilla pose, or arms wrapped behind the knees. 2 more nice long deep breaths. Slowing down the heart rate. Inhale. Exhale, side out to the mouth, let it all go. Now very, very slowly on the inhale, start lifting up. Coming up, nice and long. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And we're coming back into our awkward chair. We'll face this way, so maybe big toes are touching, lowering down. I'm gonna throw a little bit more options because it's always fun. So you have the option to be here, peel the toes, take the twist or this twist, or we can play with balance here. So if this was fairly easy and you were able to keep the knees parallel to each other, we're gonna bring the left elbow to the outer side of that right thigh, and then start pressing strongly through that right foot and lift the left leg off the floor. If you're in the twist here or here, you can still play with that. 2 more breaths to play with. And your right quad is probably burning. And then gently on the exhale, drop that foot. If you're in the twist, you're gonna shift, inhale to center, twist to the opposite side. If you're here, you might wanna inhale, lengthen, exhale, get back into it, and then throw your weight wherever you are. Whoops. Into that left foot, finding a spot to focus on. You're inhaling deeply. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. And then slowly exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Vinyasa or no vinyasa, so going through that flow of lowering down, plank, chaturanga or modified chaturanga, straight into child's pose, straight into downward dog. Take whatever you really, really need. And we're all gonna meet in child's pose. You can have the knees together or the knees wide. Knees together gets deeper into the lower back. Slow down the breath here. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right side. Inhale, back to center, nice and long. Exhale, walk it over to the left. Inhaling nice and long, back to center. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the wrists off. See if you can walk your hands a little bit more. You might find a little bit more space now than we did in the beginning of class. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, side out to the mouth. And then very, very gently, we're gonna start lifting up. We're gonna come to a seat. So you can just scoot your hips to one side. Extend your legs forward. And we're gonna bring the right foot in. You're gonna bring your fist and make sure you have enough space between the inner side of your right foot and the inner side of your left upper leg. Try to keep your left toes up. And then we're gonna drop the right knee down and open. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. You wanna make sure the left leg is pressing nice and strongly into the hip socket. And then gently on the exhale, we're gonna start reaching forward. So hips are squared, left hip's pressing back, right hip's pressing forward, left toes up. Maybe you're here. Maybe you reach forward more. And we're guiding the heart forward. We're not rounding the spine here where the chin is coming into the chest. You can think chest to toes rather than your nose to your toes. Maybe you grab the foot. Every inhale, we're going to find 4 more breaths here. Maybe close the eyes. You're inhaling from the heel to the hip, releasing from the hip to the crown of the head. Maybe you have enough room to bring the right hand underneath the left foot and grab the left wrist with the right hand. Honor where you are. I'm just going to throw all different options out there, especially since I can't see you. But find your breath. And then gently coming back to center, slowly inhale, lift up, and we'll switch legs. So extend the right leg, bend the left knee, drop it out. Find this adjustment where the right leg is pressing into the hip socket so the hips are squared. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale. Folding forward, maybe this is it for you. Honor where you are. Find the length in the spine. Don't compromise that length by moving too deep, further than you need to be. Every inhale creating length. Every exhale releasing a little bit more. Maybe this side there's a little bit more space. Maybe it's a little bit more tighter. One more full round of breath. And then very, very softly and slowly start releasing, lengthening up. And we're going to switch sides again. So left knee comes in. This time, we're going to try, I'm going to go at this angle. So instead of being here, we're going to try to really be open. So bring that knee as wide as you can. Left foot standing up. And then square the torso towards that leg. And we're here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. If this feels pretty easy, so we're getting deeper into the outer band and the lower back and outer side of the hip. Maybe the right hand comes to the outer side of that left leg. Otherwise, you're going to keep going and maybe bring both hands to the foot. There's length in the spine. Softness in the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly, gently lifting up on the inhale, bringing the right hand behind that right hip. Left arm reaches up. You have the option to stay here or inhale, press into that right hand, lift those hips up. Maybe the left toes press into the earth. Breathe. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. One more full round of breath. Then gently exhale, release the hips down. We'll move on to the opposite side. So extending the right leg, nice and long. Left foot in, knee as wide as you can without causing any knee pain or any pinching. Nice long spine. On the exhale, square the torso towards that leg and we'll start moving in towards that fold. Maybe you're here. Maybe left hand on the outer side of that right foot. Maybe you feel like you have more space. You start walking down towards the foot. Keep lengthening to the spine. Bring chest towards toes. Maybe close the eyes. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly, slowly inhale. Start making your way back up. Left hand behind that left hip. Inhale, reach up to the right arm. Maybe point the toes. Maybe this is it. Maybe you feel like there's more room. Inhale, lift up the hips. Breathe. One more full round of breath. And then on your next available exhale, slowly lower it down. We're going to bring the bottom of the feet together. So maybe you're out here. Maybe you have room to bring your heels closer. Bringing the hands onto the ankles or clasping on the feet. Inhale, lift up to the heart, roll the shoulders back in. Exhale, round chin towards the chest. Let the tailbone roll underneath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, round. One more deep, deep inhale. Lift up to the heart. Exhale, round. Then gently coming back to center. I'm gonna give the option for pigeon pose. So any problems with the knees, you're gonna lay on your back. Otherwise, we're gonna come onto all fours or downward dog. You can take it from wherever. Right knee is gonna come towards the right wrist. Then you slide the left leg back nice and long. Try to keep the hips squared. And then slowly start walking forward. If you feel like you're sinking into that right hip, you can grab a pillow or anything that can support you and wedge it underneath. And you start walking the hands forward, forehead towards the floor. Any pinching, anything that doesn't feel good in that right knee, please don't force it. We can create the same space in the hip. Left knee bends, foot on the floor like this, and then you bring the right foot across the left upper leg, just below the knee, and you're guiding that right knee away from the body. So wherever you are, inhaling deeply, exhaling deeply. We got 3 more breaths to go. If you're on your back and you feel like you want to go deeper, you can wrap your hands around the back of the leg, flex the right foot. You can even wrap the hands around the shin. Keep the head gently soften on the floor. You're guiding that right knee away. Wherever you are, one more deep, deep inhale into that right hip. Exhale, side out, let it go. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And then gently, if you're on your back, we're just going to switch legs. If you're on the floor, you're going to come back either onto all fours, downward dog. If you need an extra vinyasa in between, allow yourself to take whatever your body's calling for. And then we'll set up on the opposite side. Soft breaths. If you're face down, keeping the hips squared. If you feel like you're sinking the left hip all the way into the floor, the sit bones, just support yourself. We got 5 more breaths to go. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Side out to the mouth. Inhale. Side out to the mouth. Then softly, if you're on the floor, start lifting back up, hands underneath the shoulders. If you're on your back, gently release. If you were on the floor face down, take whatever you need, maybe back into child's pose, maybe downward dog, maybe vinyasa, and then we're eventually all gonna meet on the floor. We're gonna step the feet wide, wider than the mat. Bring your palms, hands out in a T, palms turned out towards the ceiling, and then slowly moving with the breath. Bring your knees towards each other. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, drop both knees to the right. Inhaling center. Exhale, drop both knees to the left. Inhaling center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. And from here, you have about maybe 10 breaths. Just take whatever your body might be calling for. Maybe happy baby. Maybe another twist. Both knees to one side, keeping the spine long. If shoulders stand is within your practice, please feel free to take it, making sure to come into fish pose as a counter stretch. And I'm gonna quickly, if somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about, if you're going into happy baby, lower back is flat, maybe you're grabbing the outer side of the feet. If you feel like you're lifting the tailbone up, you can grab the outer side, the back of the knees. Hold in here. You go into shoulder stand. You're lifting up, supporting the hips above the shoulders. Do not move your neck, and you're pointing your toes up towards the ceiling. And if you're pretty open here, you can even come into plow. Start walking your feet. Whoops. And pointing the feet nice and long behind you, maybe even releasing the arms. And the counter stretch for shoulder stand, fish pose. Your hands are underneath your bottom. Your forearms are flat on the floor. You zip your legs together like one, point the toes nice and long. Take a deep, deep inhale. Press so much into the forearms that the chest starts lifting and your gaze comes back. But I'm not putting any pressure on the neck. And you're inhaling deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then gently on the exhale, bringing the chin towards the chest. Gently release the hands. And we're gonna get ready for our last shape. Shavasana, you have the option to lay flat on the floor. If you'd like to shut off your lights, grab a blanket, anything that makes you super cozy, or maybe bring your legs up the wall like this. So I'll give you a moment to allow you to really settle in comfortably. Then allow the breath to soften, keeping the eyes gently closed. We're going to do a mini yoga nidra, walking the mind through the body without creating any movement, relaxing each body part that I call out. Softening the right fingers, right hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulders soft, right side body, hip, upper leg, knee, calf muscle, ankle, foot, right toe soft. Left finger soft. Hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left side body, hip, upper leg, knee, calf muscle, ankle, foot, toes soft. Both legs together, soft and relaxed. Both hips together, soft and relaxed. Your lower back soft. Navel area soft. Mid-back. Space between the shoulders soft. Center of the chest soft. Top of the shoulders soft. Right arm, left arm, both arms together completely soft. Your neck soft. The skin on your scalp soft. The skin on your forehead soft and relaxed. Skin on your cheeks. Your jaw muscles soft and unclenched. The tip of your chin soft. Lower lip, upper lip soft. Inner sides of your mouth soft. Your tongue soft and relaxed. Inner sides of your throat soft. Inner sides of your nostrils soft. Tip of the nose soft and fully relaxed. Your whole nose soft. The skin around your eyes soft. Your eyelids heavy. Eyeballs sinking deep into the back of the skull. Your right eyebrow soft. Left eyebrow soft. Both eyebrows completely soft. Space between the eyebrows, soft and fully relaxed. Imagine inhaling deeply from the space between the eyebrows to the back of the skull, making the head heavy. Exhaling deeply, back of the skull to the space between the eyebrows. Keep moving the breath just like that. Very, very softly, start bringing your awareness back to your breath. Maybe feeling the cool air on the skin, floating on the skin, acknowledging the sounds in the room, the sounds outside the room you're in. Maybe start creating small movements with your body, allowing yourself to reawaken the body from the inside out. Maybe on your next inhale, reaching the arms nice and long above the head, pointing your toes, taking a full body stretch. Maybe on the exhale, hugging your knees into your chest, taking a few rocks from side to side. Maybe taking a moment to thank yourself for creating space and time to show up for you. Making time for self-care. And then very, very gently rolling onto one side, keeping the eyes gently closed. We'll slowly make our way back up to a seat. Bringing the hands either down, face down on the knees, or face up, or together at the center of the chest. We'll take a deep, deep inhale from the very, very base of the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale deeply from the crown of the head to the very, very base of the spine. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, side out to the mouth, let it all go. Thank you so, so much for joining in. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and weekend. We're almost through with the week.